A lot of teams, I always remember the Toronto Maple Leafs, Ottawa Senators, and Philadelphia Flyers. Philly always beats Toronto. Toronto always beats Ottawa. Ottawa always beats Philly. You always have those different teams that could beat other teams on any given night.
These two teams actually met in the playoffs just 3 years ago. Brampton came home with that win in a 6-game series.
It's amazing hearing the Brampton crowd here tonight chanting MVP, of course, for their captain. He's been unbelievable for the fourth
side. And here's Grachev. He got behind the defense. Grachev with a shot, scores! Evgeny Grachev, somebody that you should not ever let behind the defense. Steven Silas got caught flat-footed at the blue line, and that now moves him up to 66 points on the season, one behind the rookie leading scorer.
I wouldn't be surprised if somehow this was deflected, because the way that Murphy went at this puck was really odd. If you see him coming down, you see one player back, and I'm certain that that hit Sean Lalonde's stick, because Mike Murphy does not allow those types of shots in. It looked at...
Gets a hold of it, fires it off the boards, down low for Palmieri. Palmieri tried the wrap around, but couldn't keep a stick on it, fires a shot, just sitting there, and a couple whacks by Tangrady. What a stick save by Thomas McCollum. 3 seconds left on the power play. Chip forward. Pither down low for Mashinter. We're back to 5-on-5 with Peluso back on the play. Scores! Brandon Mashinter had some space right there. He circled around, took his time, eyed it up, and snapped one right past Thomas McCollum to make it 1-1.
So much weight behind that shot, Scott. He's so good at getting that. We look back at the last game against Saginaw. He did it against Kitchener, and he's so strong. What a great snapshot the guy has, and he's going to that high slot area, and he knows that McCollum, being the butterfly goaltender he is, he's looking for a high part of the net, and that's exactly where he shot it. This is a huge goal for the Bulls. They've got 8 shots to just...
Shane, and he's in a lot of pain out there. Has to stay in because the puck stays in the zone, and that one's going to come in, shoot, scores! Waved off right away, and we might have to take another look at that one. Duchesne may have just gone ahead 2-1. But you can't really tell whether or not the puck goes across the line.
As we see here, the shot, there's no definitive evidence. The way that it came off, that you can't see for sure. We'll get another look at this one. Can you rewind that again, guys? We're going to take a look.
Here.
No, that doesn't go in.
No, that is off the bar. Right there, Murphy got a piece of it, and it goes off the bar and comes kicking out. Right in position there is Matt Parlett waving it away, and that is going to be no goal. Stajan leaves it down low for Tanski, back to Thorne. Thorne cuts, turns, and tries to fire a shot. Blocked out in front. There's a chance. Loose puck right up front. Thorne shoots, scores! Stephon Thorne finds the back of the net. A big melee of bodies out in front. Thorne picks the puck out of the crowd and finds the back of the net. And look at that celebration. Boy, is he charged up with his 8th goal of the season.
Mike Murphy furious on this goal. Eventually, he went right to the referee and said, listen, I was interfered with. And I don't know if they're going to look at this goal, but it's one of those things where I think that Stajan might have been pushed in by Nick Pageau. We'll get another look at it here, guys, as we see that Pageau actually does in fact push Stajan, which is the reason that Mike Murphy can't get to that puck, and that's why Brampton has...
About 90 people made the trip down from Brampton tonight to support their faithful team, and as we get a chance here, we'd like to say hi, and scores! Off-balance shot, Sean Lalonde with a little bit of a screen on Mike Murphy, and Peluso finds the back of the net. 3-1. Unlikely characters scoring these goals. Anthony Peluso with a hard shot just inside the post.
Well, what a great shot that one was, and Mike Murphy frustrated, shaking his head, not happy with that whatsoever. But you look at what's gone on here, and it's just been the movement of the puck going back and forth, doing a good job by Brampton, and it was a shot. Once again, Mike Murphy getting a little frustrated. He's pointing out players in front of the net. I'm not sure what threat situations, right in the slot. They need to set up the slap shots as well, just like that, so they can get tips going towards the net, because they need that traffic, because Thomas McCollum is going to stop an 80-foot shot every time.
Lalonde out in front, bounces around, and Subban has to hustle back. It's a 2-on-1. Grachev with Hodgson, looking for an insurance marker. Hodgson scores! And that may have wrote in the book. Cody Hodgson and Grachev get a turnover. Both defense and Subban and Lalonde were down low trying to create some offense, and the battalion made them pay. You mentioned the high risk, high reward, and that's the risk side of it right there. Hodgson makes it 4-1.
Well, a great shot. You know, there's not much you can do because PK Subban was trying to knock that puck down, but you've got to go for the chance. You've got to take the risk, and you see it was just a perfect pass and an even more perfect shot, top corner, and that's exactly what Brampton was looking for. That's exactly what Belleville was, and it's one of those plays where if you don't...
And it's going to be a 4-point swing for the Brampton Battalion. Just 10 seconds left to go. Judson rubbed out along the boards. Alavi is able to get control. He wraps it around. Krupp stops, looking for one last shot. Fans on it, and Peluso just flicks it down the ice. And the battalion will celebrate a win here in Belleville. A huge victory for them, as it might pull them even with the Belleville Bulls. 2 games in hand, and they get this 4-point swing, now just 4 points behind for the Eastern Conference lead.
The season series between these two clubs tied at 2 apiece, and very rarely do you see Mike Murphy give up 4 goals on 25 shots, but that's what happened this evening as the Bulls rest up for Friday night, their next game. Brampton in action tomorrow as they'll be taking on Peterborough. Game time is 2 o'clock.
I'm Scott Jackson for Tim Dirk, and stick with Tim here in the post-game show right on TV Cogeco. It's going to be a big game, and the Brampton faithful are really excited. You can hear about the 90 people that made the bus trip down to support their team on the road, chanting MVP for Cody Hodgson, who's pretty much been everything tonight. You talk about a captain that's really leading, and he gets a goal and an assist in the third period on Brampton's 2 goals at the, or 3 unanswered goals in the third. Stick with Tim Durkin for the post-game show.